for a quickie. I am your hostess with the mostest, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God, the high priestess phoenix. What's up, what's up? I had a bunch brewing inside of me. I was like, I guess I must speak. I must speak some truth on this. There's some truth on this. You know, I was in a funky place earlier, and I'm really still kind of like, just kind of looking at everything like, y'all is crazy. I was really blown away by, you know, twin flame number 3 or 4 or whatever he is. He's pretty much last on the totem pole. In my earlier video, I had seen that I spoke on the fact that he was here and what a loser that he was. And I kind of want to elaborate to everyone else that doesn't know this story, because there is a lot of you new people that are coming in. Oh my Lord. For the old schools, like, you already know. Like, you already know. I have a bunch of twin flames, and I've gone through hell with these fuckers. They are my karma from past lives, right? They're celebrities and, you know, not so fucking famous motherfuckers, and they're just whatever. They're whatever. I've been on a long journey with this. And, you know, there's always the pinnacle of don't be that guy. Who is that guy? That guy, bro. Dude, that guy right there. Seriously. I have wasted... Hold on one second. I need to actually stop working so I can continue working. Hold on one second. Okay, my bad. I was online. There's always, like, it's been a while, and that's what I said too. I was like, why does he keep coming up in our videos? I don't know, maybe there's some healing that needs to be... No, he was in my fucking energy. You're in my fucking state, dude. You're like literally too fucking close for comfort. But anyways, this was one of the first people that I made contact with when I became awoken. And spent, like, you know, a good 2 years trying to, you know what I mean, nurture and coddle and water a fucking dead ass fucking seed, bro, in the sense of trying to help him heal, wake up. But you look at this fucking loser on today, and you're just like, that's where I'm at. It's like, yeah, I love you, bro. I fucking love you for what I got out of you. And that goes back to my cards today. I used every fucking one of you to get where I am today. And I left you exactly the way I fucking found you. Bruised, battered, and broken. And now exposed for the world to see in your lies and fucking discord. Right? Catch me on Discord. More to... But these fucking people put themselves in power and places of power and position. They have no power and don't know how to play no position whatsoever. And that would be my twin flames and many others. Many others. And I come to break people, you know, just as Ardea, the oppressed, away from the structures of this bullshit. So you don't got to be walking around thinking that these people got anything going on. If anything, they're going off the rails. And then there's him, Mr. Ideology, the perfect Lucifer. I don't know who this fucking devil is that you made up, but I promise you, all of the sins of man lie within this man. And literally, he's a fucking lie. You know what I mean? He is the coveter. He is the adulterer. He is the fucking, you know what I mean? He's the martyr. He's all of these things, bro. He's all of these things within one human body. Only here to conquer and destroy, to make his flesh feel good and hurt anyone else along the way. He was bred that way. It's all in his curse, as we said in the videos. His damned absolute capsule that he... I didn't know we got disconnected. You know what I mean? So as he is, as dark as he is to the heart, he had to come in the perfect capsule for that. Meaning that those that surround him are just as evil and dark. Or what you describe as evil. But I tell you with full certainty, that wench has no power. He's nothing more than a manipulator, a child of God gone bad. that wants, you know what I mean, that just wants attention from God and God's people, begging for it. It will do anything in the material world, anything in the 3D to be pleasing. He does anything. He's the first and foremost outcast, the fallen. The fallen. That is Lucifer. He's nothing more than a child. He's nothing more than a child that tried to stand up to God and say that I had all power and I can be just like your children too. You can't. All you do is a reflection of all of their bad. You don't know how to harness the good of being a child of God. All you are is a tantrum throwing little brat. And that's what the fallen are. You know what I mean? They're not anything less than God's children. They just fall to the, you know what I mean, to the shadows of the human existence. Meaning, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, and those with power abuse it, and that's just the fallen, those that you call the devil and, you know, the demons and whatnot. They're just God's children's first to fall to such feelings. Adam and Eve were nothing more than, you know what I mean, another form of God's fallen children. God's children always falls, but he comes back and he picks them back up. That's just what he does. He's a good dad. But anyways, going back to this. So you could look at this situation and it's like, bro, you know, they gave me this Mission Impossible thinking that, you know, this douchebag was going to be anything more than a douchebag. Literally a douche. And you see him on a weekend, like, it's Christ's birthday, and he's out there flaunting with his fucking, you know what I mean? Just, he will do anything. Anything. And that's all of them. They will do anything to be part of. But God has set them apart, and he has outcasted them, and they are not a part of anything. But they will dress up, and they will run around, and they will do everything but what God tells them that they must do. They will go all the way around the mountain for the next 40 years trying to fake their way into the kingdom of, or into, you know, God's graces. Not that he's not standing there right there holding his hand over their head. Now, going back to the Catholics open this fucking holy door saying that, you know, those that pass through it, you know, are forgiven of their sins and blah, 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 blah. No, bro. You can't buy your way into heaven. There's no secret gates. There's none of that. You must die to the flesh and walk in the Spirit, so proclaimed by Jesus Christ our Savior. But yet, all of you are trying to fucking kill the Spirit and feed your flesh. These are the end times, and I love to watch this. This is going to be where the truth comes in and burns all of the lies, and all of it burns them to the ground. And yes, the Catholics were the biggest that crucified in the name of Jesus Christ, that destroyed all pagan religions and tried to freaking, you know what I mean, tried to castrate you as an actual Christian and say you are not worthy. I assure you, they are not. And going back to the song, their leader is what? Peter, who had he of little faith that fell in the water. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Let's put your God against my God. Let's put your book against my knowing. Let's see your knowing against the Spirit that walks with me. Right. So there's a lot going on here. And the truth is the story was today is that you need to go by your knowing. You need to walk in your knowing and stop following people. Do not be a follower. Do not be led into damnation. And that's what these celebrities, these losers, are doing. They want so bad to hold on to this dead world. You know what I mean? These washed up, and yes, I'm talking to you, Marshall Mathers. They want to hold on to this fucking place in history where they rule, singing nothing but negativity, praises of negativity, whether it be about drugs, alcohol, abuse, fucking poverty, fucking racism, you know what I mean, killing, all of it. They have made all of this gospel music to the hatred and the discord of our fucking times. And they want to hold on to this number one spot of, you know what I mean, negativity. I am talking to you, Ali. You make money off of people's heartbreak. You want to hold on to your heartbreak and keep broadcasting it and keep people in heartbroken places so you can make money and maybe, just maybe one day, get a Grammy for breaking people's hearts. Right? Same thing with Russ, but he couldn't possibly resonate with that many people. That's why he'll never make it. He is a low vibration that you have to be that low to listen to it. And on a mass society, mass consciousness, we will reject that type of music. It will be rejected across the board. Period. But going back to it, it's a dying civilization that's trying to hold on to it. Lewis Hamilton, 40-year-old fucking washed up fucking race car driver that wants to wear tight clothes and be a dressed up a Barbie doll. Wants to be popular with the Kardashians and wants to be, you know what I mean, part of the rich and famous. They're holding on to a dead world. They're competitive. They do not want the newer generation to come in and take their mics, take their, you know what I mean, take their place. But the truth is the newer generation will erase them because the newer generation is bringing in love and truth and light, healing music. We don't need your garbage anymore, right? So as he's out here on Christmas, Christ's Day, out here trying to sell the material world life, you know what I mean? I want you to understand that this is exactly what you're not supposed to do. And as I stood here and I learned my lesson at the bottom of the hill, and that's what I love. I made fun of him. It was motherfucking, what, 20 degrees up there, 20 below zero? It was 65. I was down here barbecuing in a fucking sundress with my sweater off. The sun shined bright on me, motherfucker. Bright on me. And that's just what it is. It's like, it's right in front of your guys' faces to see the truth. You can buy into the lies at the high cost of your fucking peace, meaning you're going to lose all of your peace trying to keep up with the Joneses, or you're going to stop it. And you're going to realize that God has provided for you and you don't need to walk in greed and envy and coveting. You don't need to be like other people to put it on. And that's what he said. He went out there to put on, to see what it feels like to be like someone else. I want to see what it feels like to be someone else. But you're still going to go home and be the same fucking loser, licking your own balls in Atlanta. Right? Working on your 6th album because you haven't made it yet. While fucking Lewis is on his fucking, you know what I mean? Working on his 8th championship. And fucking Marshall's on his fucking umpteenth fucking Grammy. You're dead. You're dead as doornails. You have no ambitions and no real reason to keep going. You can go ahead and burn this candle until it burns down, but just know that there's nothing else but to burn what you have going. Let it burn. Let it burn. And that's where I'd be like, okay, so going back to me, what is this? 2025 and giving it a rest is I have invested an enormous amount of unconditional love into nothing more than fallen angels. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And it's not that I've given up, it's that I've given much more than I ever anticipated. And I got every bit of it back. In the sense of I gained all my power and took away all of yours. That was it. You want to talk about games and what games I was playing in these relationships? I came out to heal. And that's what we did. And since you couldn't, then heal. Like the dog you are. Heal, bitch. You don't say shit when I walk in the room. And that's it. You know why they fear me? Because I have all the power that I tried to give to them and they didn't take. Now everybody's scrambling to try to pretend that they're part of something. They got to find their new cliques. What's the new person? What's the new thing? The new thing is music is going down. Did you forget the diddler? And he's snitching you all out and he's taking all of you out. And all music affiliated to the affiliation is going to fall and we're going to start fresh. And that doesn't include you because you ain't fresh. You ain't clean. You're all fucking totally fucking filthed out. It's all about that filthy ass life that you're just still trying to sell at the cost of your own soul and everybody else's. You want people to lose their souls to fucking have a soulless, loveless, pathetic life like yours so they could have a bag as big as yours. What's in that bag? Your karma, Your childhood dreams and fucking and future crushed because you're over there just trying to crush the charts, being crushed by reality because you're old and washed up and nobody gives a fuck. Your best bet is to make a commercial or be a video game. Right? 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 I'm just laughing because, there's no place for you in this world. There's a billion yous. There's only one of me. And I came out here to create an army of people just like me. And what did I get? A fucking army of darkness. A bunch of fleshlings. They're losers. Every single one of them. I taught everything I know. As I learned it, I shared every video with every single one of them until I stopped sharing videos. And if they stopped learning because they didn't care. And now here we are. And as I pulled the oracle card, I say it with full certainty. None of them have any of the prophetic gifts that were given to them by Christ, that I showed them how to restore. Now, we're going to start this again, and this is what I do. I am your teacher, your shaman, your seer. I do this every week. Come tomorrow, I'm going to tell you what area of your life, which we already talked about, your parasitical relationships, you need to be looking at. It's not a joke, okay? There's something wrong with your relationships. My job as the oracle from God is to deliver this message that you need to get off these relationships and move on. You need to believe that there's a better relationship for you. I know that's impossible because, you don't think that you could do any better, but God wants you to have better, right? And that's how this works. And it's just every week he's trying to tell you to be brave and make certain movements in faith with hope. Have hope, walk in faith, and let's do this. Leave the flesh. All these things that make your flesh feel good, take it off. Get it off of you. Get away from these people. Stop dressing like that. Stop talking like that. Stop acting like that. That's not who you are. That's not what you came here to be. Stop trying to be everybody else. I made you perfect in your own way. Can you get back to you? No. We got all these actors and performers that want to be everything that you want them to be, but not what God made them to be. To my new people, I'm very entertaining. I'm hella entertaining. But my job is to get you right before Jesus comes to judge you. I don't know if you know how this story goes, but it's a judgment. The Savior, the saving was the message. His message was meant to save you, but you're not listening. For 20,000 years, he told you to walk by the Spirit. He told you all of it. Now, perhaps, again, going back to my cards, is you were getting it from the wrong fucking messengers that weren't delivering it, which I'm going back to, and I tell you, and I don't attack churches. I don't have to. That's God's plan. I don't have to. I'm here to catch his sheep. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all I do, and I'm all protected in this. But everybody has their role to play. And if God has brought you to me, then I have a certain responsibility to you. But I have dealt with a lot of people that fail to meet the fucking requirements, the terms and the requirements that it takes to be part of the 144 sealed thousand. All right? We're sealed by the blood of Christ. We are sealed. How? Because we walk in the Christ consciousness. I am trying to help you. Get out of your mind, your consciousness, your low vibrational reptilian consciousness, and take weekly steps to ascend your consciousness, to raise your vibration to where you are an actual Christ consciousness, where you see it as he said to see it, where you can be an expression of God here, even in your own dark, funny, filthy way, because that's who he made us as. Okay? But this is what it really is. And you know what I mean? I am so excited about all you new people, but it gets kind of harsh when I look at what happened to the old people. This is a person that, you know what I mean, that's been watching, overwatching, studying, manipulating, duplicating, and doppelganging since the day one, and still hasn't got it. And I don't think they ever will. And I think that's honestly the truth. My karma is to watch you wander outside of, you know what I mean, cast it out for the rest of this life. I get to watch you cast it out. Why? Because you casted yourself out. God has always called his children home. They cast themselves out. And as Lilith, I tell you, he was there. Everywhere I fled, he was there. Everywhere I fled, he was there. There is not a place where you can go where your God isn't there trying to bring you home. If you refuse to come home, then you're not protected. If he can't, you know what I mean? It's just that simple. This isn't our home. You've come here with a purpose, but if you've come here to make this your home, to live in the flesh, to be of the flesh, you're going to die to the flesh. You're going to die to the flesh. Meaning you're not going to ever walk in the spirit. Not here or anywhere. And that's the truth. And so it's all put together in this nice big funky ass package. Like they always come together. But it's just all truth. You know what I mean? Like I know what I'm here to do. And I know that the people that God brings, he selected you. Do you know what I mean? Out of millions of people, he selected you to catch this message before millions do. So that in essence, some of you will be able to help guide them with me. You know what I mean? If you're ahead of it. But you can't fake this. You cannot fake this. You really have to take the flesh off. Not be like this motherfucker and try to put it on every weekend. Every fucking weekend, this guy's trying to be somebody. Anybody. God didn't do that to him. He did that to himself because he will not follow God's rules. That's it. Lucifer casted himself out. As did I. God never casted us because I was still in the garden. Listen to the story. Lucifer wasn't in the garden. I was in the garden. Lucifer ran. He ran just as we all do. We run from God to dark spaces. He never came back. I came to get him out, but he doesn't want to face it because he has to face. And that's it. You have to face it. You have to carry your own cross when you go back to God. You have to carry it up this hill and hang yourself on it. Hang your flesh and die to your flesh and be reborn in the spirit. And it is an awful walk because you have to atone for your sins in this life and in others. And you have to do it, as they say, you proclaim from your mouth that Jesus is Lord and that this is real. And that's how it works. You know, going back to the Catholics, yeah, they fucked all that up. They fucked that up. They say that they built a golden gate and only they can make it through. Do any of them talk to Christ? Do any of them talk to any of them, or do they only believe in that book, as he said they would? They would live by the laws and not by the Spirit. And that goes back to the celebrities. They've made up their own laws. They're outlaws. They've made up their own, you know what I mean? Their own standards, their own fucking way of life. This is how you're supposed to live. This is what a rapper is. This is what a woman is. This is what this and this. This is what success looks like. They're fucking full of shit. I spent a lot of time on, you know what I mean, losers. The 12 tribes of Israel, and none of them have received Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter how spiritual you become. If you don't learn how to catch that Christ consciousness, you're not going to. You're just not. You're not going to, you can't go any further. He is the way. And it was proclaimed since my birth. He was always going to be the way out of this bullshit. We were going to create a way, we were going to create the nonsense, and he was going to clean up the nonsense. And that's it. You know what I mean? We come back as a family to clean up the nonsense. And, you know, I'm not saying you're part of the royal family, and I hope you're not, because that just is just a royal pain in the fucking ass, to be honest. You know what I mean? But you are, as God's children, and you're here to clean up your family. and your fucking karma and your messes, and you clean it up before your children have to. Before you pass it on to your children and they have to do it. It's not fair. It's not fair that my parents didn't do it and I had to do it. It's not fair that I didn't do it fast enough and my kids still have to endure it. You have a chance to change everything for your lineage and for the world. And it starts with shit like this every weekend when you got to make hard sacrifices and walk away from the things that make you feel good, but you know are no good for you. And that's what it is sacrificing the flesh, what feels good, and walking in the spirit for what is right. You know what I mean? And all of our stories, dude, that's another frustrating thing. For 3 weeks, I said, don't move. Stay in your feelings. Don't run from them. Don't be planning anything. Don't go anywhere. We have to sit this out. He couldn't even. He wanted to run to the fucking, I want to go try. He's a fucking child, bro. I just want to point out that 5 days ago, he bought himself a brand new car. He bought himself a brand new Maybach, which was how many thousands of dollars, guys? I don't know. But that wasn't good enough for him. No, how about let's have a weekend in Aspen, too? You know what I mean? And that wasn't good enough. Because wait till fucking New Year's. Like nothing is going to feed his flesh. But he'll keep putting it on. Whatever you like. He'll be whatever you like just so he can pretend that you like him. But the truth is he doesn't like himself. And that's what it is. He keeps trying to be likable. I don't like you, Russ. Nobody does. We have love for you, but we don't like you. There's nothing to like. There's no authenticity. You're a fucking dress-up doll. You're Lewis. Who knows who Lewis is? He's a dress-up doll that runs around in a little sports car. Whatever sports car you put him in. You know what I mean? Who knows fucking Marshall? He's just a rage doll. You know what I mean? Who are these people that you idol? Americans' idols. Oh, and then going back to Juneteenth. Marshall, I heard you say that he deserves a fucking Grammy. Meaning I support this message. That's why God that's why God cut you off of me, bro. Because you're over there trying to fucking fit in with the groups. You don't even see it for what it is. You just want to be fucking affiliated. You want to be music affiliated till you die. Because that's the only affiliation you ever had. Nobody else really wanted to be part of. You're not part of anything if you're not a rapper. Really. You said it yourself. You ain't got no fucking skills. You're a shit-ass man. You were a terrible father, a terrible husband. You had no fucking education, no social skills. You only had 2, 4, 5 friends, and those are the only friends you've had your whole fucking life. You have nothing. You cursed your mother and you cursed your fucking father. You cursed your wife and you cursed your children. And you praise a bunch of fucking washed up fucking retired rappers. Right? Who else are we missing on this list? Or does anyone else really fucking matter? Oh, and then I like what the Holy Spirit told Ali. You hear all this coming through my voice? They told Ali, you support a fucking country that would never support you. His country wouldn't support him and what he does in our country. He is a fucking embarrassment to his country and his religion. With his wanting to be so part of American culture so bad. American pop culture at that. You're an absolute humiliation to your gods and to your culture and to your people. Shall I keep going? They came. They sent me to love these men and heal these men. And all they did is use every ounce of my love to make their skin feel better, to use it as creative inspiration or whatever they fucking used it for, only to turn around and have nothing. with their own fucking disgusting old skin to wear. It's 2025, guys. What are you going to do this year? Who's going to write your songs? Lucky the Phoenix isn't inspiring you this year. Right? You have no inspiration. You don't know what the frequency is. You don't know what the new thing is. And I can tell you it's not you. You're old. You didn't catch the healing. You're not part of anything new. Because you haven't died to the old. So anyways, it got a little dark. In the sense of, it's just, you know what I mean? It's closing out chapters. It's just like, geez. I work hard at this. But I don't take my job lightly, and neither should you. It's not a joke what I teach over here. I make it fun, because I'm fucking hilarious. But my job is not, it's not. And I'm not even, you know, death is not an option. I got 56 years of this. I watched the turn of time. I've come here to see the turn of time. I've watched time outside of time since the beginning of time to the end of time. And now I'm here to watch time turn. Confirmation. Where's the router? That's a good question. So, you know, I'm here for you. You have a time with me. You have a time with the divine feminine, with the goddess of old. She's here. God has sent an actual prophetess. He has sent the prophecy. Revelations 12 through 14, the woman. I'm here. The oracle, the all-seeing, all-knowing goddess from old. I've come here for his selected few. The stories will... The stories will... I need to go over here and take care of something. The stories will be told to all, but by that time, most of them will have already fallen. I mean, they really will. I'm not pushing this story. I'm not out here trying to make money off of it or anything. The story is it's an evolution of healing, and those that keep up with it. You know what I mean? We go through cycles of it. That's called the wheel of life. We go through these cycles where we'll repeat it. But if you're repeating the same class, and that's what Dolores Cannon said, you're gonna, you know what I mean? When the time clock stops, you're gonna have to repeat that shit somewhere else. This isn't gonna be a fucking karmic planet anymore where you learn karmic lessons. You're gonna have to go somewhere else. And I guess that's that place that you guys saw as hell. You know what I mean? That fucking eternity of, you know what I mean, of hell. I guess there will be a place where he'll put you, where you guys can learn all your lessons because you didn't learn them here on Earth. I'm not really sure how that works. But I'm here to teach you how to learn your lessons, break out of your hells, and walk in the light here. Okay? Okay. Don't be that guy. And there's a lot of those along the way. You know what I mean? Down to the tarot readers, down to government officials, down to musicians, down to, you know what I mean, fashion, down to all of these people that are in power. I take them out regularly. Meaning it's your choice to either keep putting them in light, false light, or to see that they're a whole crime scene and this is all fake. That's up to you. You know what I mean? That's up to you. So, with that being said, you know, choose wisely. You know what I mean? You don't want to get this fucked up, because then you're going to have to fucking figure this out again. You know what I mean? Everybody swears that they know the way, but I'm telling you, it's Jesus. He's the way, bro. And you better get out the way. And, you know, going back to it, it's like, I can do nothing but laugh at him. Because, and that's what I said, is the closer I get to God, the further he runs away. He doesn't want to face that he's wrong. And that he's been living wrong. And that everything about his life must be sacrificed to the fire. So instead, he'll keep holding on to it. And who's he? Probably you. All the things that are in your life that make you unhappy, but you won't let them go. You're dying to the flesh. You're dying to keep your flesh happy. You're not going to live. And that's what it is that's what I showed you this week. I had to die to the flesh. I had to show you how bad it hurts to let go of something. a belief system, a way of thinking, you know what I mean? All of that. I had to show you what that looks like. And you didn't, you guys can either start to learn to adapt to it, or you're literally just going to die to the flesh. You know what I mean? Every time I let something die, I'm able to walk freely in the spirit, where I have a freeness where I'm no longer trapped by this way of thinking, or, whatever the case may be. And that's how that works. That's what that looks like. But, being trapped to the flesh is exactly what I mean, is like he has to do whatever he can to try to make himself feel better. But he can't. It's an endless pit of unhappiness. And he keeps thinking that it's something, he keeps chasing everything outside of him to make himself happy. He's not happy with himself. So nothing outside of him is going to make him happy. Does that make sense? And so, it's a sad story. And it's not just him. I got Ali doing the same thing. Ali's music doesn't, his career has him isolated and it doesn't make him happy. But if he doesn't do it, he doesn't do anything. Lewis's job, if he doesn't do that, he's nobody. You know what I mean? If I'm not this, then I'm nobody. That means that they have no hope for anything better. And they have no faith in anything better. It's a shit show. It's a total shit show. With that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. I just got a change in direction. I felt a change in the wind. So I was working, but I think I'm stopping for a minute. I don't know what I'm doing. But again, I'm in a weird place where I'm literally just detaching. I just feel it. It's like, That's what we're supposed to be doing, is pulling away. And being pulled by the Spirit, being led by the Spirit. And that's what today's teaching was. I hope for you. I'll be terribly sad, but again, I can't do nothing. There's nothing I can do to save that man. I have done everything, and that's what it is. I have left, every time I reach my hand out as an olive branch, dude, he tries to hang me with it. And all he does is hang himself. And it's a sad thing to watch. Because truthfully, why would I work so hard if I didn't care? If I didn't just want him to be free from his own, torturous thoughts and lifestyle? Why would I have tried so hard with Bobby if I didn't want him to be free? Why would I have tried so hard with fucking Marshall if I didn't want him to be free? And Ali, and Lewis, all of you, I tried so hard because I wanted you to be free. But you don't want the freedoms that God wants for you. And for the rest of you, I'm going to try for you. But you have to want it. It's in you. Either you want something better in life, or you're content with dying. You're content with struggling until you die. Until God comes and says it's your last breath. But I promise you, you're not going to like that conversation when it's done. You're not going to like it. And it's not even a conversation. I've been in spiritual court, I'm telling you. It's not even words. There's no words to be had. There's no words to be said. You will overlook your life. You will see where you should have done more. And you'll be right back to do it all over again. You might as well do it now. And be part of the turn of time. And put a footprint in time for yourself and for your lineage. Instead of letting it burn. Or leaving it to your children to do. We're going to be the ancestors. We're going to be the ones they tell the stories about. They'll talk about your fall and they'll talk about our rise. Which part do you want to be on this story? It's already been written. It's in every book. Which part do you play? Or you're just a performer. You're just a backup guy, right? Don't be that guy. All you new people, I love you. I take a lot of responsibility for you. You're God's children, and therefore you're my children, you know what I mean? Like, he made me responsible for you. He put me in charge of you. I can't really do shit about your actions and shit, but, you know what I mean? When, I gotta watch out for you guys in the sense of it's my job to make sure that you know what he's talking about so he doesn't fuck you, he doesn't whoop your ass. You know what I mean? My job is to make sure that, you catch it before you catch him. And that's Gabriel, bro. Fucking Gabriel. It's one angel I don't fuck with, bro. I don't fuck with him. When Gabriel comes, the messenger of God, there's many messengers of God, but when that angel comes and he tells you that God said to do something, it's not questionable. He's literally the most terrifying creation that, I mean, you might see him as Hermes, but he's not. And you have this weird perception of Michael, too. I'm telling you, bro. These angels, you fear the demons. You better fucking understand the light, bro. When they're pushing you into the light, all you want to do is hold on to the darkness, because it's the most terrifying thing. And I'm here to help you, you know what I mean, soothe you through this, because that's what they're doing, is they're drawing us back to the light, and it is scary when all you've known is the darkness. But I know the way, and it's a great way, and trust me, you'll feel much better when you're in the light than I do. I was created in the darkness before I was the light. There was darkness, and then there was light. Yeah, there was us, and then there was then there was more of us. Hey, I love you guys. It's Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, it's coming. I don't know. Everyone has an internal battle. And it's, you know, you can say some stupid resolution. I'm going to make a resolution to stop smoking cigarettes. I'm going to make a resolution to stop smoking weed. I'm going to make a resolution to lose weight. A resolution isn't secure, in the sense of you give yourself that you have your free will that you can give into it. But I'm telling you right now, like, take this opportunity before the end of this year to really let go of something that's holding you back. If you were to eliminate at least one thing, God can put at least one new thing in there before the new year. Because whatever's still left, you're going to have to deal with next year. You're not going to catch that Lionsgate portal unless you start cleaning it out. And that's what this is like, you know, every year we put it on, we take it off. We put it on, we take it off, so that we can ascend every year. So we're not staying in the same energy, the same fucking lessons over and over and over. As many times as I faced Bobby, I had to face him on new levels. Every time. Every time I had to come back and face him on a new level. Every time I come back to Marshall, we're on a new level. Every time I come back, we're on a new level. Not because you are, because I am. And I'm forcing you to see things at a new level every time I come into your energy. Whether you're keeping up with me or not, I don't know. You could just be keeping up with the Kardashians and the Joneses. But every time I'm coming, and that's what I meant about that fucked up card, is like, I win. I can't lose. It's not allowed. There's no losing. There's no time to lose. There's no time to repeat classes. You know what I mean? If I got to do this again, then I've got to do it twice as hard and skip to the next level. You can't really, but all that means is you're going to have to hurt harder than you did last time. You're going to have to cut harder. You have to cut these things out of your life in order for God to put new things into your life. You want a new career, then you've got to get rid of yours. That doesn't mean quit your job and go look for another job in the same field. That's not a new career. That's just another fucking job. That's you doing the same shit you did at a different location. It's a karmic pattern still. You have to leave this and have hope and have faith in God and yourself. And you have to be patient until He provides the way for you. As He will, because you are His child, no matter who you are. If you want a real love, you've got to leave the fake love alone. And I'm telling you, bro, I've been single for so fucking long. It's going to take a while. Don't you dare feed into that bullshit, the twin flame fucking soulmate. No. Stay away from them and let God fix you first. Don't be attracting in fucking more karma. Trust me. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy to relive these karmic situations with them. Learn your fucking lessons by yourself, bro. In the sense of, you've got to have some faith. You've got to have some hope in yourself and in God and in the universe that he wants better for you. I know you can't believe he's going to fix this whole world. But what about you? Who told you that he didn't love you and that he's not trying to help you by destroying shit in your life? There's no devil doing that to you. That is your God that loves you. He is breaking down your toys. He is taking away shit so that he can give you a better shit. He wants you to grow up. In the sense of no. He wants you to take all that off and be children. But he wants you to have faith in him. He wants you to have a connection. He wants you to have an understanding. And the spiritual world, they use words like source, the creator, all this. Can you say that there's a God? Because that's half of it. You have to admit he's real for him to become real in your life. You have to start believing in him. And then after that, I'll get you to believe in the goddess. You have far more proof of him before me. I mean, I'm here, but still, you can't believe it. The shit you see with your own eyes. You've seen the aliens and still don't believe in them. I need you, God needs you to believe in him and give him a chance. Give him a chance to show up in your life. But also clean up some places for him to work. You know what I mean? Create some space for him. All right, God, I'm getting rid of all this shit. I need you to come in and fix this shit after I fuck this shit up. And trust him to do so. Trust him. You walked away from the garden because you wanted to be creators and you were know-it-alls. Come back and be children and let him take care of you. And that goes back to what the card says, is in order to be an oracle and knowing is you have to forget everything you know. And go back to the basics. Learn it all over again through Christ, through the Spirit. Let the Spirit teach you everything. And that's what it is. It's like, I know what Christmas stands for because I've been, it's been pounded into my skin. But now I've got the Spirit telling me that this is not what it is. And I've got to listen to the Spirit and let my flesh throw a fit. Because the Spirit is right. And I showed videos of that, you know what I mean? The last couple videos of dying to this whole Christmas spirit. These guys think they're going to have a Jubilee year. What makes the Catholics think? Or not even that. The priest of the Catholic community, what makes them think that they're God's chosen and they're going to be favored this year above the whole world that is suffering and burning and dying? Do you see how they place themselves above all others? We'll walk through the golden gates and we will have the year of jubilation. What about the people that need it? What about everybody else, you fucking crumbs? I can't stand them. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. And I'd rather be humbled giving up Christmas than trying to be like Russ and trying to live up to the Christmas expectation. A Christmas in Aspen. Such a loser. I'm sure he's going to do a New Year's in New York, right? Fucking summer in California. He's a fucking poster boy. He's selling the Matrix at the fucking large level of, whatever his t-shirt costs. I'm God's goddess. I can forgive and understand and have compassion. And I am dark as fuck, and I will laugh at you all the way through your suffering. Doesn't mean that I want that for you. But I'll let you have whatever you want. Whatever you like. Hey guys, I love you. Whoever you are, I know you ain't never heard somebody say it. If you came near me, I'd say it to your face. Make you real scared. I can love you without liking you. And really, God loves you. And he actually likes you. Hey, laters, haters.